Thanks for joining me. We did a walk in the woods last week. This week we're going to go for a swim in the lake. You're going to be able to do all of these sitting in your chair. You're going to have a chair that has no arms because we will have to put our hands back occasionally and you don't want to be wrapping your knuckles on that. You will also need, it's not required, but you'll do it better if you actually have a nice large towel at hand, and we'll be using that, and you can fake it without the towel if you want to, but it's more fun with the towel. Remember also that when I am doing something, if I have my arms way up and that's too harsh for you, go ahead and just reach your arm up in your comfort zone. Do everything at your own speed as well. Don't try and keep up with me, but if you really want that to be a cardio workout, you can go ahead and go even faster than what I'm doing, and you might just get that heart rate right up. So we've just arrived at the lake, and I think that we should go for a swim now. So here we go down to the lake, and we're going to go in, and it's cold, and we're tippy-toeing in, and you know how it is, your body gets higher and higher as you're tippy-toeing in. So get those shoulders up and keep tippy-toeing. Now you don't have to lift your feet totally off the floor like this, which you can't really see, but you can just go ahead and barely lift them off of the floor as you tippy-toe. Now you're going to splash yourself a little bit. Splash yourself a little bit. Get a little on your face. Move your arms around in the water. Oh, it's going to be really hard to do, but here we go. Dive in. Ooh, I'm going to have to tread water with this one. It's so cold. And so I'm just going to work my hands like this. You can see what I'm doing, making little figure eights with my hands. Now, if you think that you're going to have problems with this swim, don't you worry. I was a lifeguard instructor for many, many years, and I won't let you go down. Okay, now we're going to be grabbing hold of our chair, and we're going to tread a little bit like this, lifting your knees out to the side somewhat, hanging onto your chair, and that's a little bit of a tread. And let's go with tread hands again, little figure eights, and tread feet. Remember, if you really want to get going with this, you can really work the legs. And of course, if it's really hard on your knees, you can just barely lift them up and keep the feet rather flat like this. Okay? Now we're going to breaststroke. So we go forward and reach out in front and reach behind. Reach out in front, get it to about halfway, tuck the elbows, and bring the hands in, push out, lean forward, push out, lean forward, push out, lean forward, push out. Now when we do a frog kick with this, which is sort of like this, what we're going to do is just touch our feet, touch our feet, touch our feet. Knees are bent and put them down. Knees are bent, put them down. Hanging onto the chair. And one more time. Breaststroke. Out we go. You can see the water moving in front of you in a little wave as you do this. Oh, that feels so good. You're finally warmed up so that you're out there and enjoying the sun on your shoulders. And your feet are out. Bring them up and touch. Out. Touch. Remember, if you want to do this quickly, you can do it like this. Out. Touch. Out. Touch. Out. And touch. And I think that we ought to do what they used to call the crawl, and now they call it the freestyle. And that's where you're reaching out one arm at a time. Now when you do the freestyle, you don't swing your head around. You don't do this. You look straight ahead and reach with your hands right between your nose and where you want to go. Those are the arms. You can see one arm's going forward, the other arm's going back. And we'll have to be on our back in order to flutter kick with this, but you can hang on to your chair and you can flutter kick. Flutter kick, not fast if you don't want to, and back to the crawl stroke or the freestyle stroke. And remember, if you want to make this cardio, you can really work the body. If you're having a problem with the reach, you don't have to reach terribly far. You can go slow. You can even have your arms down a little bit if you need to do it that way. And then back to the flutter kick. You're hanging onto that chair again. You should be able to tighten up your stomach and feel it working. A little bit in the upper thigh too. Let's put those feet down, and now we're going to go to a back stroke. The back stroke, you start with the thumb coming up like, and turn your hand and bring it behind. Thumb up, turn your hand, bring it behind. Now, as you're doing this, you can only do it this way if you want to, and just do a back stroke with your elbows in your chair. But if you really want to reach, you can do it this way, and you'll do a little turn with it. Arm up and a little turn, one more, and a little turn. And we're going to flutter kick, do, 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 because that's what you do with a back stroke. One more time with the back stroking, or elbow stroking as the case may be, or even just down here if that's all that's comfortable for you. I don't want you to overdo this. And flutter kick one last time. Up and down, little splashing on the feet. You can just see the little waves out there, little water stuff. Another one, side stroke, but we're not going to do too much of the side stroke. Now, everybody says, how do you do it? I was taught you pick an apple, you put it in the hand, and you put that hand in the basket as you're reaching for the other apple. So, we reach, and the hands come together. Reach, hands together. Reach, hands together. Remember, you don't have to reach far if it hurts. On the other side, 1, and together. 2, and together. 3, together, and 4. And now we're going to have to do a little funny kick. We're going to hang on to the chair again, and you're just going to have one foot up, and you're going to bring the other one up to it. It's not at all like a side stroke kick, but we're going to try it anyway. Because you do kick just one foot, you kick both feet, but you kick them over and over and over in the same manner. So now we're going to take a surface dive so that we can go down and up. So surface dive, hands in front, reach down toward the floor and bring your hands up. And again, down toward the floor and come up. And 3, and up. And 4, and up. Now we're going to do a feet first dive, which is really kind of just bobbing up and down. And remember, you're pretending as though your body's straight up and down. You're going to take your hands out to the side and over your head, and that sends you down under. And the hands go down, and your body comes up. 3 more. And 3, and 4, and back up to the surface. And now we decide we're going to dive off a rock. Well, that means that we've got to go in where the water is really shallow, and it's hard to walk through shallow water. But we've made it up onto the shore, and now we're going to go up on the rock. And so we're kind of grabbing these things, and we're bringing our feet up on the rock as we bring our hands down. So we're kind of crawling up a rock here. And now that we're up, we're going to take that dive in again. And when you take a dive, scoot forward on your chair, bring your hands way back like this, bring them over your head and dive. Okay, that tread arm again, and somebody says, hey, that was fun, but look, I brought a water polo ball. So everybody's out there and we've decided we're going to have a little game of water polo. And that means that where the ball is, you have to swim over to it, grab the ball with a hand, give it a throw. And then you're going to go after the people that are going after the ball. And if you get to it first, you get it, and you throw it with the other hand. Swim toward it again. This time, you're going to tread with your tread feet, hanging onto the ball like this. You're treading water and holding yourself up. You've seen them in water polo games. And you're going to throw it like that with both hands. Hi! And it was fun, but we're getting a little bit tired of swimming here. So, I don't know. I think that what we should do is go up on the bank and rest a little bit. So back through the water, using the arms and the legs to get up on the sandy shore. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. Where's my towel? I'm soaking wet. Where's my towel? Oh, we got a towel off. Towel off here. Pat, 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 all the way down. Slide the towel up and down. And around on the side. And around on the other side. And around on the side of the leg. And on the other side of the leg. Now you got to kind of get on the hair here. Yeah. Well, now I think that we need to dry our back off. So you can take your towel and you can either flip it over your head, or you can actually take your hand up and around this way if that's possible for you. And take your towel out to the edge and dry your back. Pushing one hand out, pulling one hand in at the same time. And you know how you can never really get it all that dry? Drop one hand and take the other one and either have it here at your shoulder or up. And you're going to go up with the hand and the other one will follow. On the other side, tuck and pull it up and dry that back off. Now you're going to flip it over your head or swing it from here around again. Well, we're going to have to flip that towel out so that we can lay down on the sand. And look, I've got sand on the towel again. So give it a hard flip. I think one more ought to do it. Okay, nice and easy. And there you have it. We're going to lay in the sun and really enjoy it. Remember, all of these are going to be listed in Facebook under Exercit, a swim in the lake. You can go ahead and copy those and keep it, or you can just keep rerunning the video if you want to. Please feel free to share it with your support group.